the early focus thus far with the Gragas locked in. What do you make of the draft that they have here against Golden Guardians?
I still think it's like fairly early mid-gamey. Aurelion Sol is...
Forgetting River had just taken that Rift Herald over top, and Team Liquid's response is to collapse upon this dragon to get the first of the game.
Yep.
Fairly even despite little leads here and there in the lanes.
Yeah, has been very even overall. Pioshik again behind him, and now Licorice could be in trouble.
Over the wall, through the jungle, upon Licorice, they go, flash away, but a flash response. First blood. It's left in the regular season. There's the other angle of there's still a lot that can happen in 3 weeks in the regular season. And a lot that can happen right now in the game as we see some of the first team fighting. River trying to swirl his way out of there. A stun onto 2 from the Tibbers. Lock up. Pioshik going down. Golden Guardians trading jungler for jungler as the pursuit still stands.
Again, it doesn't feel like he's been here for that long. And you're like, wait, that was 8 years ago.
Do you feel like that's your kind of graduating class in a way?
Yeah, a little bit, right? It's fun to see someone who came in at a similar time, back here really getting things done. But Golden Guardians right back out towards that dragon. Gonna try to take the second one. They want to prevent TL from stacking them up, but it's TL actually TPing in with Summit. This TP is looking ambitious. I don't know that they're gonna be able to get anything.
Enough time for Golden Guardians to rotate on away.
Strike, which is very, very high. Playing in this melee versus melee matchup, Core could be in trouble.
Oh, locked on to Core, blasted down. GG finding them. The first one was brought by Golden Guardians and slammed into the mid lane. Now we're getting the reversal of that. 4 members of Team Liquid here to accompany the crash, trying to keep contained as much as possible. And then now wary of what's happening in the top side. Licorice, after pushing long onto the turret, Summit in pursuit, but the leap away. Slam not connecting, but the damage is good. And another jungler intervention with the cease and desist. Licorice down again. Which Team Liquid is very happy about when looking at this dragon being up. Golden Guardians in the vicinity, but Team Liquid right on the ground. Oh, a flash on out for Hui and blasted away. Summit is here to stay. Ultimate comes on through from Harry, and Gory is going for gold. Harry continuing to poke out with the Q. Pioshik on top of 1 for the first kill of this fight, or the second rather, as Gory goes down. Summit wanting to lead the charge for the rest of Team Liquid. Onto Licorice they go. Another knockup. River cannot help the rest of the squad. 3 eliminated for Golden.
Knockup, constantly getting locked down. Golden Guardians at least got a kill back onto Harry. But even with that engage, that felt like it was a little bit flubbed. There was a lot of resources that were actually spent here. You can look for someone over the wall. I was surprised he didn't commit with the body slam flash. I thought it was going to be a body slam flash into a double engage there. But you've got to answer the Baron right now.
Immediately doing so, and Team Liquid, they are burning this down, looking for GG to try and make their entrance. The ward over in the favor, go in with the Tibbers and trying to get the lock for JJ into the backline with the quickness, and even with Vi with the ultimate, tries to find the target. Licorice isolated off against Summit alongside Huhi, but Team Liquid, they're going after the carries, they're going after the ones that are most important in this fight. They take down the jungler, they take down the biggest damage threats, so it's just Licorice and just the dragon with the breath burning on down. Team Liquid, they managed to get what they're looking for to set up with this Baron.
Yeah, that is a huge team fight for TL, and that is very likely going to be the end of the win streak here for Golden Guardians, sitting at 7 straight wins coming into this weekend here. Range, and it's just a big overforce. I think they could have waited a lot longer, allowed TL to take some more damage from that Baron before you actually commit to the engage, or at the very least just force them off and then just back it up, because now in this situation it's almost not possible to come back without some massive mistakes from your opponents.
It's difficult to refocus up, and Team Liquid for sure have the confidence after that play, knowing that this comp, when you've got this A-Soul coming online and the way Harry has been able to affect, look, the damage coming from Yon to offset anything that Golden Guardians can bring to the table. And yes, so separated before GG could really make a play. Look at the Qs, just nice and charged up and immediately sending the jungler back over into the fountain.
Yeah, I mean, when you get ahead as this poke Varus, you have so much lethality, you're ahead of the pace of the game. You've got 46 armor pen right now, which is very, very difficult to deal with for some of these squishy targets. Ashe has 68 armor, right? Like, you're dealing almost true damage, it feels like, at that point. And especially once he gets Last Whisper, which I assume he'll build towards next, it's going to get even more difficult to deal with. Nice attempt on the arrow there from Hu. He had a pretty good angle, but
River, Dunzo. Golden Guardians, when they saw all of Team Liquid except for Harry at the time pushing in, they wanted to find some sort of collapse, but got punished and lost their jungler instead. Purple still being worn by Team Liquid. The attempt onto Yan from Licorice, who has to flash out with Grandmaster already activated here. KazaLoLLCShighlights in response wants to use the engage tools we love to see. KazaLoLLCShighlights does go down, but that's with 2 eliminated from Golden Guardians here to make their last stand across this mid inhibitor. That will just be Team Liquid's for the taking. They're feeling so good about the way they can collapse down, used all of their ultimates to create this pressure.
From this Gragas as well, and when Gory's not even having his flash available, it's very difficult for the Annie to ever. This game, they put all their eggs into the Summit basket. They're playing a different style of bot lane. They're playing very heavily poke focused. They get counterpick for Summit, and you just camp for him, right? And they put him in a spot where he is playing from so far ahead that it's difficult for their opponents to catch up.
Harry does get pretty chunked, but finds the escape, and now KazaLoLLCShighlights hits the go button, answered by a stopwatch by River, but it just prolongs the inevitable. Team Liquid, they see GG try to keep them off, but they keep on going. Licorice, the next one to go into stasis before popping right back up into a lot of damage. Can Gory come in for some assistance to try and connect with the stun on multiple? But it's just Harry here trying to make groundwork of Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians, though, now down 3. Gory and Stixay on the retreat. No bodies between these carries and the rest of the squad. Team Liquid out on top in the fight again. Onto the Nexus turrets they descend and bring a victory, ending the streak of Golden Guardians.
Now when the skies descend and it covers the whole screen, you know that's what it's